Hey vinyl community, it's Michael. Welcome back to Near Wild Heaven. What's playing in the background, this is the Flamin Groovies from their album Jumpin In The Night. And the song playing is Tell Me Again. Great stuff from the Flamin Groovies. They were in their British invasion mode, doing a lot of covers of Beatles and Rolling Stones and Birds. So, yeah, great stuff from the Flamin Groovies. Turn this down. So today's video is going to be 15 albums from 1979. And, yeah, this has been a cold week. We've had sub-zero temperatures all week long. Today was the first day that it's been above 10 degrees. So, yeah, it's been pretty cold, and I've been staying inside a lot and listening to some great music. So, I'm just going to jump right into it here. And first up, we got Cheap Trick, Dream Police. This was their 5th album, I believe. This was held off from being released because their album Live at Budokan was still in the charts at the time. So this was held off for more than a year, or almost a year, before they released it. And it was a pretty good album. They do great songs on here like Dream Police, Way of the World, This House is Rockin' with Domestic Problems, I'll Be With You Tonight, Writing on the Wall, Need Your Love, all really good stuff from Cheap Trick. Gatefold for you. It's a classic album from Cheap Trick, The Dream Police. Up next, another classic album. This is The Clash, London Calling. This was their 3rd album, I think. Yeah, and yeah, great stuff on here. Lots of different genres. There's reggae, there's rock, there's a little maybe jazz in here. But yeah, great stuff. London Calling, the title song, is great stuff. Spanish Bombs is another one. Lost in the Supermarket is great. The Guns of Brixton, all of it's just great stuff from the Clash. Their album that came out after this, I think it was Combat Rock. I didn't care for that album too much, but this album, man, great album. So there you go, The Clash, London Calling. And up next is the Cramps of their first record, Gravest Hits. This is an EP, and there's one original song on here called Human Fly, and then the other 4 songs on here are covers. There's The Way I Walk, Domino, Surfin' Bird, that was originally done by the Trashmen, and Lonesome Town, which I believe was originally done by Ricky Nelson, which Lux and Ivy were big fans of. But yeah, great stuff from the Cramps, their very first album, or EP, Gravest Hits. And up next, this is Gary Numan and Tubeway Army, Replicas. This is a great album. Great songs on here like Me, I Disconnect From You, Our Friends Electric, Praying to the Aliens, Down in the Park, which I think the Foo Fighters covered. You Are In My Vision, Replicas, It Must Have Been Years, I Nearly Married a Human. Yeah, really good stuff from Gary Numan and Tubeway Army, Replicas. And up next, Next is Bill Nelson's Red Noise, Sound on Sound. Bill Nelson, of course, was a guitarist for the 70s band Bebop Deluxe. And I think he's a really underrated guitarist. But on this album, he kind of downplays his guitar techniques. This is more of like a futuristic sounding album. Songs like Furniture Music is really good. Don't Touch Me, I'm Electric. For Young Moderns, Radar in My Heart, A Better Home in the Phantom Zone, Substitute Flesh, The Atomic Age, all pretty good stuff. Yeah, Bill Nelson, I think, is a really underrated artist. You know, he's still around. He doesn't do too many albums anymore, but around Christmas time, he put some videos up where he's like giving a Christmas message and stuff. But yeah, great stuff from Bill Nelson. Bill Nelson's Red Noise. And up next, this is the Sex Pistols, The Great Rock and Roll Swindle, also known as Who Killed Bambi. That was the original title of the movie. Yeah, this is pretty good. What I like about this the most is they include songs, I guess, like early Sex Pistols rehearsals, and they were doing like cover versions, this stuff like Johnny Be Good, Modern Lovers, Roadrunner, Small Faces, What You Gonna Do About It, and The Who's Substitute, and they also do their own stuff like God Save the Queen, Anarchy in the UK. Oh, they do a version of the Monkees' Steppin' Stone, which is pretty good. And it also includes 3 songs by Sid Vicious, Something Else, Come On Everybody, and My Way. Yeah, pretty good stuff. The movie was kind of weird. I don't know if anybody out there has ever seen the movie, but it's okay. But if you want a really good movie about the Sex Pistols, check out the movie The Filth and the Fury. It's a documentary on the band, and it's told in their own words. But this one, Rock and Roll Swindle, the movie, it was entertaining at least. But the better movie is The Filth and the Fury. But yeah, great stuff from the Sex Pistols, The Great Rock and Roll Swindle. Up next, this is Generation X, Valley of the Dolls. This is their second album. This is like one of the first punk bands to have that pop punk sound. They had like a 60s sensibility to them, but yet still with the harder punk edge to it. But songs like Running with the Boss Sound, Night of the Cadillacs, Paradise West, Friday and the Angels, the title song Valley of the Dolls, pretty good. But yeah, great stuff from Generation X. This is produced by Ian Hunter, which I think is probably the same dude from Mott the Hoople. But yeah, great stuff from Generation X, Valley of the Dolls. And up next, this Patti Smith group, Wave. This was their last album. But yeah, that includes the song Frederick, which was the single off of here. It was pretty good, but I prefer the song Dancing Barefoot. That is a great song on here. But they also do a cover of The Byrds, So You Want to Be a Rock and Roll Star, and another good song by the Patti Smith group is 7 Ways of Going. But great album. After this album, she would kind of disappear from the music scene for a while, and she would marry Fred Smith from the MC5 and have a couple kids. She put out like one solo album in the 80s called Dream of Life, and then in the 90s, after Fred Smith passed away, she started making records again. And even her like stuff she did in the 90s is really, really good. She's always been a great artist. I've always liked just about everything she's done. So, yeah, there you go. Patti Smith Group and Wave. And up next, this is Neil Young and Crazy Horse, Live Rust. A great live set from them. This was also a movie that came out around the time I saw it in the theater. A great concert film. But yeah, they do songs like Sugar Mountain, I Am a Child, Comes a Time, After the Gold Rush, like classic Neil solo stuff. And then he goes into stuff that was on the latest album that they were touring for this. Like My, Hey, Hey, Out of the Blue, When You Dance I Can Really Love, Powderfinger. That's a great song. I love that song. Cortez the Killer, Cinnamon Girl, Like a Hurricane, Hey Hey, My, Into the Black. Great stuff from Neil Young and Crazy Horse. Excellent live album. And speaking of live albums, there's another one. It's the soundtrack to the movie Kids Are Alright, the documentary on The Who. And most of the stuff on here is live. So they do like early stuff like My Generation, I Can't Explain, Happy Jack, Magic Bus, and then also like Young Man Blues. I love their version of Young Man Blues, so good. Baba O'Reilly, they do a great version of a Quick Ones on here. A few songs from Tommy, and also like Joined Together was one of their singles from the 70s. It was really good. But yeah, great movie, great album. The Kids Are Alright, The Who. And up next, guess what this is? You know, this of course is Pink Floyd, The Wall. This is the original copy I bought in '79, and I put the sticker on the back, which I wish I hadn't done. But yeah, this was the last great Pink Floyd album with the original lineup. And probably the best known song on here is Comfortably Numb, which is just fantastic. This great song. I'm not going to say too much about this. It's a classic album from '79. Everybody knows this. The Pink Floyd, The Wall. And up next, we got the Ramones, another live set. It's alive. Yeah, really good performances from the Ramones. Just an great action shot of the guys on stage, and great stuff. They do Rockaway Beach, Teenage Lobotomy, Blitzkrieg Bop, Glad to See You Go, Gimme Gimme Shock Treatment, Judy the Punk, Susie the Headbanger, all the classic Ramones songs that was around up until '79. But yeah, great stuff. This also has Tommy Ramone on drums. So yeah, great stuff from the Ramones. It's alive. Up next, this is XTC, Drums and Wires. This is their third album. Great stuff on here. Songs like Life Begins at the Hop, Making Plans for Nigel, a great song. When You're Near Me, I Have Difficulty, Real by Real, Outside World, Scissor Man, Complicated Games, all just great stuff from XTC. The third album, great punk music from XTC. And a couple more here. Up next, this is the B-52s, their first album. They were the first band out of Athens, Georgia to become famous. And they were followed a few years later by REM. But yeah, great stuff on here. Songs like Planet Claire, 52 Girls is great. Dance This Mess Around, Rock Lobster is probably their most well-known song from this album. But yeah, great stuff. The B-52s, their first album. And last one here, this is the Jam, Setting Suns. This is their, I think, their fourth album, possibly. Yeah, I think it's pretty sure it's their fourth album. But yeah, they were inspired by The Who and the Kinks. The 60s output from both of those bands are big inspiration for these guys. And they do songs on here like Burning Sky, Smithers Jones, Saturday's Kids, Eatin' Rifles is great. Girl on the Phone, Strange Town, Thick as Thieves, Private Hell, Little Boy Soldiers, and Wasteland. All really good stuff from the Jam, the Setting Suns. Great stuff. Okay, so there you go for this week. I hope you all enjoyed that. I'd like to thank everyone who's subscribed in the last couple of weeks. Thanks to everyone who leaves compliments. Thanks to everyone who leaves comments. And I guess that'll do it for this week. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you're all enjoying great music. And I guess that'll do it for this week. And I'll see you next week.